There are some numbers out this week comparing states around the country, and for a change, Rhode Island is on the positive side of the numbers. These figures have to do with operating farms. The number of such farms is going up in Rhode Island and down in much of the rest of the country. Mark Murphy is the editor of the Providence Business News. A story inside this week's edition of the newspaper is about this phenomenon, and that's good because what do the bumper stickers say? With no farmers, there's no food, or something.
That's right. It's the farm to table movement. Is the whatever's grown in Rhode Island actually is most of it is eaten locally, and as more and more people in Rhode Island pay attention to that kind of thing, you see the growth of farmers markets. You see the growth of the CSAs, where you pay money to a farm and they'll deliver you a certain amount of foodstuffs per week. Those kinds of things really have taken hold in Rhode Island.
I've clipped some numbers from your article to show our friends at home. Around the country, the number of farms is down 4%, currently standing at 2.1 million operating farms in the country. In Rhode Island, it's up 2% with 1,243 farms. Now, I bet you most Rhode Islanders didn't realize there were that many farms within our borders.
They probably don't, although if they've been here for a while, they understand that Rhode Island used to have a lot more farms. I mean, Rhode Island, it's very fertile ground, although it can't be, you can't farm huge chunks of it because there is a lot of rock around.
Oh, sure.
But the soil itself is pretty fertile. So it really works in terms of what Rhode Island has been over the years.
What do you attribute the fact that some new farm operations have been allowed to increase?
Well, I think there's a couple of things going on. Is again, the farm to table movement. You have people wanting to farm. We're not talking about a lot of land. I mean, the land in Rhode Island is very expensive. Farmland is very expensive. So you're not getting huge farms. You're getting very specialty crops. Another thing, and this is perhaps not a positive sign, is in a lot of places in the rest of the country, there's a lot of pressure to develop land. I mean, there's a lot of growth. And so in a lot of places, what were farm fields have been turned into housing developments. We're really not seeing that in Rhode Island. We don't have that same kind of development pressure. So it's a nice thing in the sense that the farms are growing, but it's also a sign that perhaps our economy isn't moving forward in the same way that it does in other places.
The federal government has helped this process in Rhode Island with some grants. Last fall, for example, $205,000 was made available for the operation of farms, $150,000 this fall. There are more numbers and lots more information about this development, including what the state is providing in terms of grants, in today's Providence Business News. And Mark Murphy, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Frank.